Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. I am Twisted Jedi, and today we finally got the roadmap news that everyone has been waiting for Star Wars Battlefront 2. Now, most of you probably know what a roadmap is, but if you don't, it's just the next few months laid out on an image showing us what we should be getting added to the game. Obviously, things are prone to change, but definitely it's exciting to see what we could possibly have. So I'm going to jump straight in because Ben has just posted the next few months worth of content on his page, as well as the EA Star Wars pages. So let's jump straight into it. Starting off in July, we have the Hero Starfighters update, which is what they're calling it on the roadmap. It includes the new Hero Starfighter game mode that we've been told about. It's a 4v4 player versus player mode, so obviously it's going to be in multiplayer that is focused on hero ship battles. So from the sounds of it, it's just going to be a big heroes versus villains dogfight with your hero ships, which we kind of already knew. So that's nothing that's brand new information to us. So let's just keep moving. As well as that, in July, we're also getting more game improvements. So heroes can turn lightsabers on and off on player command, which is really, really cool because that's something we've been asking for a while. You were able to do it in Battlefront 2015, so I'm glad they're bringing it back in this one. If you are running around on the map and you have a decent kill streak going, the last thing you want to do is have that lightsaber glow and make it really obvious where you are if you're trying to stealth kill someone. I know maps like Endor and things like that, when they have the night variant, it's super easy to see where a lightsaber user is just by finding that glow. Especially if you're up in a starfighter, there's nothing more frustrating than being a hero with a lightsaber and the glow just points you out to a starfighter and they just absolutely melt you. I know a lot of you have probably had this problem too, because I have, so it's going to be really good to turn them on and off. On top of this, lightsaber blocking will now affect stamina, so that's obviously going to be one of the changes to lightsaber combat that they were talking about. I hope there's a little bit more to it than just that. I hope the actual mechanic of the lightsaber combat is going to be changed, but you know, it's definitely a step in the right direction because the blocking doesn't really do much right now other than block the shot. Your stamina isn't really affected by it, so that's another good change there. Another great change coming in July is that players can swap appearances pre-round. Now, I know this is a big thing the community has been talking about, and I myself agree 100%. Swapping players' appearances pre-round is definitely something that we want. I've found multiple times where I have like the Hoth Luke appearance on Tatooine, and it just seems cruel. Like, I was talking with someone about this the other day, and it just seems really, really mean. So being able to swap that mid-round, or pre-round rather, is definitely going to be awesome for the game, especially with more skins that they add in. Every time they add something new in, it's going to be great. They've also put in that Hero Showdown will have quality of life improvements. Now, I'm not really sure what that's going to be, but it's just going to be obviously more of the same of what we've been getting. Little tweaks to game modes and things that just make them better for the long run. Getting into August now, some really exciting stuff. We have clone trooper appearances right off the bat. This is really, really highly requested, and I think they're going to get a lot of skin sales here, especially if they're like 20,000 credits. People aren't going to mind spending $5 to $10 on a clone trooper skin because it's something that everyone wants. Everyone's been requesting in the community, and I myself will definitely, if I don't have the credits by then, be buying some of the clone trooper appearances. So I'm hoping for a fair few. I don't just want one or two, but I know it's obviously difficult for them to develop a lot of it with limited hands. So if we get a couple, that'll be great. If we get more than that, I'll be extremely happy. So let's keep fingers crossed for a lot of clone trooper appearances. Now, another game improvement coming in August, emotes and victory poses will also be available to unlock with credits or crystals. So that's going to give us the option to spend our credits on emotes and victory poses, as well as buy them with real money. Now, I think a few people actually will buy them with real money because they do want them that badly. But again, it depends on the credit cost and how much it'll actually be with real money for people to actually buy them. I think if it's not too much, I think you'll see a lot of sales for emotes and victory poses, but if they overcharge, then people are just going to wait and get it with credits. Moving into the fall information, we have Obi-Wan Kenobi and General Grievous dropping. Yes, this is super exciting. This is what we've all been waiting for since Dennis announced it at EA Play. Obviously, it says fall, so we don't get an exact date or anything like that, which is a bit disappointing to say the least, but we're getting them in fall. It's confirmed. We know they're coming, and it's interesting because I said this in a video a few days ago. They've actually split up the two groups of heroes. So we're getting Obi-Wan and General Grievous in fall, and we're getting the other heroes later later down the line. So I'm pumped that that's going to happen because that gives everyone a better chance to get credits saved up for the heroes that are coming. So obviously we only need to worry about saving for 2 heroes now for the fall, and then later on we'll have Anakin and Dooku added as well. So I'm pumped for both Obi-Wan and Grievous, but I don't know who I'm more excited for. I can't wait to see both of them, definitely. On top of Obi-Wan and Grievous being added, we get the new large scale game mode, which is going to be that sandbox type mode similar to Conquest that Dennis was talking about also at EA Play. I'm not really sure what it's going to be. They talked about capital ships and things like that, taking command posts. I'm a little bit, you know, it sounds like Conquest, but I don't think it is. It's going to be something in its own form. So I'm excited to see what it is, but one thing this does tell us is that it won't be on Geonosis because Geonosis is not in the fall notes. So obviously you can see over in the winter tab there, that's where Geonosis is going to be. I'm a little bit disappointed by this. I was really hoping for Geonosis in fall because we need some new maps as soon as possible. Kessel was great. I was really blown away with how that turned out, and I was super hyped for Geonosis, but we're gonna have to wait till winter now, so that's a little bit disappointing. Back to the positives though, in fall we will also be getting more Clone Trooper appearances, so there we go, we get some added as well, and we also get some more hero appearances, which is great because we need more hero appearances for sure. Fingers crossed we actually get some for Luke because we know he's definitely lacking in appearances. For one of the main original trilogy characters, he only has like 2 different appearances, his base appearance and then the Hoth appearance. So give him something else, give him like Farm Boy Luke or X-Wing Luke or something like that. Those would be really, really great appearances, and I think they would make a lot of sales in crystals for those. Also on top of that, obviously if we can get some skins for Obi-Wan and Grievous. I know Grievous is a little bit limited, but I do have a whole video on Obi-Wan skins that could be a possibility for the future. So if you haven't seen that, check it out on the channel. It's really, really cool to see a lot of the different outfits that Obi-Wan has worn in the past. So I'll leave a link to that in the description. You guys can go check that out after this. Lastly, for fall, we are getting the game improvements, which is the squad system. The new squad system is going to be similar to how Battlefield runs their squads, I believe, where you can spawn on a squad mate. So if you die and your teammate is a long way away or they're sort of closer towards the objective, instead of spawning all the way back at the start, you will be able to spawn on that player. So I'm assuming this is what's happening from what I've heard. So that would be really good. You won't have to waste time running back up, and spending all that time where you could be killing people running towards an objective. So that's a great change as well. Now getting into winter, which is obviously the final thing on the roadmap, it's saying we are adding Anakin Skywalker and Count Dooku, which is going to be great. More heroes, the better. Anakin is really a cool character, and obviously he's going to be light side now. A lot of people thought he was going to be a dark side skin for Vader, but after EA Play, we know that he is going to be light side. Count Dooku will be interesting, wielding a lightsaber and force lightning. I don't know how they're going to counter that and what they're going to do with his force lightning. Obviously it can't be OP like Palpatine's, but he's going to have some kind of lightning ability, which would be really, really cool. Like I said a minute ago, we're also getting Geonosis in the winter, which I'm kind of disappointed about. I was hoping for fall, but you know, winter is still, I mean, it's going to be a few months away yet, but it's worth waiting for. I think if Geonosis is going to have multiple levels, like they said, it's obviously going to take a lot of development. And lastly, winter also says Clone Trooper appearances and hero appearances once again. So more Clone Trooper appearances on top of that, which is pretty cool. The Clone Trooper appearances is one of the big things, and I think that's going to be a big seller, as well as it is coming with hero appearances on top of it. So more hero appearances, more Clone Trooper appearances means more crystal sales and more money for devs, which means more money goes back into the game and we can get future content. It also says ongoing efforts down in the bottom. It says improvements on matchmaking, daily challenges, map rotation, bug fixing, and balancing are going on. It says important disclaimer, more content and features to be confirmed in future roadmap updates. Detailed information on all of the above will be made available in the patch notes. So there's still stuff to come, guys. Obviously not much is confirmed yet as far as dates and things, but they will be updating the roadmap on the way. Ben has tweeted out we'll have more on July's update early next week, so stay tuned. So that's going to be next week for the early July update. Hopefully it's early July anyway, it just says July's update, but I'm hoping for early. And then on top of that, someone actually asked him about the community transmission that was supposedly coming with the roadmap, and Ben has said it's now been pushed back to next week. So unfortunate, because we were looking forward to that community transmission, but it's going to be next week now, which is, yeah, a bit disappointing, but at least we're getting it. There's really not too much else to go on other than what Ben tweets out. I will keep you guys updated as much as possible when he does get information out to the public, but I know he's pretty limited in what he can say for the time being, and we're pretty limited on how much information we have. So that roadmap is very vague. I have to say it's a little bit underwhelming. I wanted to see a lot more than that, at least some confirmed dates, not just sort of fall or winter. Do you know what I mean? Like at least season 3 starts on this date. It would have been great, but yeah, obviously everything is subject to change, so they probably don't even know when it is coming at this stage. Just when everything's finalized and working right and they can get approval from everyone higher up. It's unfortunate that they're getting held back a little bit by the higher ups and what they can do. Getting everything working is one thing, but then getting the approvals to throw things into the game is another. So hopefully we can get a smooth sail from here on out. Anyways, guys, I'm going to get out of here. That is all the roadmap news from this information drop. As I said before, I will keep you guys updated as much as possible when I find things out. I appreciate you all tuning in. Make sure you go check out the other videos on the channel. Drop a like underneath to show your support. And if you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe for all the future Battlefront 2 updates, as well as Star Wars videos in general. Thank you so much for watching. I am the Twisted Jedi, and may the Force be with you always.